Hey there, and welcome to my channel, Holly Grace Blog. My name is Holly Grace, and I am so excited that you caught this video. If you are new here, I just wanted to say welcome to my channel. I hope you will stick around, hit that subscribe button, and stay tuned for all the great content I have coming up. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back, and so happy to see you back here on the channel. For those of you that are new though, I just wanted to give a quick run through of what these videos are about. In November 2024, my family and I had a house fire in our home. And while the flame damage wasn't too bad, there was black smoke that was sent throughout the entire house, leaving our house gutted down to the studs. So these videos are our journey to put our house back together. So I really hope you'll follow along and see this home become a home again. It's like our home's second chapter. Today's video is a great video because this is the day that I've been waiting for quite a while, and I know I say that pretty much at every video, but as we go along this journey, each step gets better and better. So today we are going to be finally putting some beautiful color on these walls. It is paint day. And for this video, I am super happy to announce that I have collaborated with Cloverdale Paint. Cloverdale Paint is 100% Canadian owned and operated. So I'm super happy to be putting their rich, gorgeous color on my walls. If you caught last week's video, you'll see the color testing, and you'll be happy to know that I decided to go with number 2, Birch Bark. I did a poll on my Instagram and Birch Bark won by leaps and bounds, and I'm so happy it did because that was the color that I was leaning towards. The other colors are gorgeous in their own right, but Birch Bark just did something to my walls that I just love. It's the most beautiful, creamy, warm beige that is going to bring that warmth into our home, and it is exactly the color that I was looking for. If you're interested in learning more about Cloverdale Paint, I highly suggest you check out their website. They have a gorgeous range of colors, and the best part about Cloverdale Paint is all they do is paint. So you know that when you go with their company, you're gonna get expertise and service that you just can't get at a big box store. So before we dive into the actual work of the video, I did also want to talk about one more thing, so bear with me here. We're going to start doing the trim work first, the cutting in the corners and everything, but I did want to share this great tip with you. I know a lot of times we talk about great quality tools and products, but sometimes you find a tool that will blow you away at the dollar store. That's right. These mini rollers are from Dollarama. They come in a 2-pack, so you get the 2 rollers and the handle for $4.25. And I bought these rollers last week to do my color testing. I just went to the dollar store. I was like, I'm gonna get some cheap rollers, just roll this stuff on the wall just so I can see how it looks. Little did I know that these little rollers were gonna be the best tool that I've ever worked with. So you will notice at the end of the roller, the fibers are actually on the end as well. So I'm gonna be using this little roller to do all my trim work. So rather than keep talking, I think we're just gonna jump into the video and I'll explain more about it as we go along because these things are so great. And this is not sponsored by the dollar store. I actually just really love these things. So let's get started, pun intended, let's get rolling. I filled my tray here. I made a bit of a mess. I was pouring it out of one of those big 5-gallon pails. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna load my roller here and I'm just gonna show you guys. So you dip the end in, get that end nice and saturated, okay? Because that's the end that's gonna be going in the corners. And then just roll out your roller as normal. Watch the magic. And I'm doing this with the wrong hand, but you can go down both sides of the wall. There we go. One corner, perfectly done in about, what, 20 seconds I would say that took me. All right, now where this thing really comes in handy is for the ceilings and the corners. So those hard to reach areas where you're constantly getting up and down off a ladder with a brush, grab yourself a cheap broom handle, put that roller on there, and watch this. Okay, so we're gonna do the corner, okay? So we're just gonna go up one side, cross the ceiling, and then we're gonna turn it, and we're gonna go up the other side and out. And then that corner is done. Literally 10 seconds is all that took me. I didn't have to get up and down the ladder. Now you do just want to make sure you feather out the edges a bit, just so you don't have those harsh lines. I like to feather it out this way. Then, actually, we can continue spreading since we still have paint on our roller. Might as well use it before we dip it again. The other thing I like about these rollers is they hold so much paint. So I've just done this whole little area here without having to dip my roller again. Incredible, guys. Not bad for a dollar store product. Okay, and then the one question I did get on my Instagram is, well, that's great and everything, Holly, but what if you're doing your ceiling a different color in the wall? Like, what if you're just painting the wall and not the ceiling? Well, this little roller won't exactly work then because your ceiling's a different color. So, I mean, you could still use it in the corners of the walls, but if say you're doing your ceiling and your wall at the same time, what I would suggest is using this and doing the ceiling first. And if the ceiling paint, which usually if you're doing a white ceiling, it'd be okay. The ceiling paint will come down onto the wall a little bit, and then you can just do your cut in with a brush along the ceiling edge. But honestly, I'm doing color drenching, which is really big right now, where you just drench a room in all one color. I'm doing my ceilings and my walls the same color. Some people think I'm a little crazy for doing that since this isn't really a white, it's a cream. But honestly, one of two reasons. It's what I want. And number two, I don't want to do all the work of painting a ceiling and then painting. I just don't want to do that work. I'm going to put it out there. I'm being very lazy with this. I just want to come in and paint the whole room, the ceiling, everything, and be done with it. And it's the most beautiful beige that I've ever seen. It's birch bark from Cloverdale Paint, and I think it's going to look really good. So let's get back to painting. Alright guys, so I have finished all the trim work. I've done the trim work in the basement, these two rooms. I went upstairs and I did all the trim first so I don't have to worry about that. And now we are going to go ahead and get to rolling. Alright guys, so to roll my paint, I'm using the Power Flow Easy Roller from Wagner. Wagner sent this to me. They were kind enough to send it to me to try out, test it, and give my honest review. I've already actually gone ahead and done one wall behind me with it before filming just to see how I liked it. And I can tell you guys, it's pretty good. It's a great little Power Easy Roller, and it's made rolling a lot easier, for lack of a better word. So many easies in there. Rather than having to go back and forth to your paint tray, loading your roller and going back to the wall, it just funnels the paint for you through this tube with a little motor. And you can use this on 5-gallon pails or 1-gallon pails. This part here adjusts the height adjuster that you can use it. So we're gonna go over here and I'm gonna roll this wall and I'm gonna show you guys this roller in action. All right, so first things first, the control for the power is actually on the roller. So you don't have to keep going back and forth to the motor. Once you hook the motor on the pail, you're done with that. All your control is right here. And I'll just spin you around here and show you the cord is super long, you guys. So I have it, not the power cord, but the actual tubing for the paint is really long. So I have it plugged in over there and we're way over here on the other side of the room. You got a lot of reach with this thing, but if you wanted to do like a really, really big room, you could get an extension cord and move your pail around as well. But so far I've been perfectly fine with just using the tubing that comes with it. So super easy to operate. What you do is you just hit the button once and the motor's gonna start, so it may get a little bit noisy. Once you see some of the paint come out, the roller, see it's coming there, just shut it off and roll your wall. So you keep rolling until you don't have any more paint. It goes for quite a while though, actually. The paint spreads out really nice with this roller. And do some back rolling here. And then once you see that you're like, oh, I'm getting a little dry, I need some more paint, just push the button again. You can actually even roll while you're doing that. Gotta get nice and saturated and then stop the motor. So the trick is to don't let it get too oversaturated. You don't want a ton of paint, you just want to be able to smooth it out nicely. You guys can see that I've done this whole area here up and down, and I haven't left my wall. I haven't had to walk away to load my roller, nothing. I just keep painting. And the roller itself is actually a really nice roller. It leaves a nice smooth finish. The one thing I did forget to do, and I highly recommend that you guys do before you start rolling, is take some painter's tape and wrap your roller just to pull away any loose microfibers so you don't get those in your paint. Unfortunately, I forgot, so I had to pick a few of those off the wall. But yeah, I'm gonna continue painting and get this basement hopefully finished painting today.
All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there for this one. Thank you so much for tuning in. And once again, a huge shout out and thank you to Cloverdale Paint for sponsoring this video, as well as providing the paint for our home rebuild after our house fire. They really are an amazing company, you guys. And I say that with all honesty and sincerity. So if you are Canadian, you're going to want to check them out. You're going to want to find a Cloverdale retailer near you. There are tons of locations across Canada. The link is in the description on this video so that you can find one near you. And as well, I've provided a link to the blog post that they wrote about our home rebuild journey after our house fire and choosing paint colors. It's fantastic. Check it out if you have some time. And as well, don't forget to look them up for your next painting home project. You are really going to want to check them out. I'm serious about that, you guys. So I got the whole basement painted and I'm getting it cleaned up now for the next stage, which is flooring. I'm not going to share a video on that because I have a full video about the flooring on my Home Talk profile. There's actually a link to that as well in the description on the video. So if you're interested in the flooring, check that out there. That was a separate collaboration with Home Talk and Malibu Wide Plank. And I've shared more about that on my Instagram. And to that effect, you guys, if you're not following me on Instagram, you're going to want to, because that is where I share the majority of daily what goes on at the house and little snippets and behind the scenes. You don't want to miss that. So there's a link in the description to that as well. But before I go, you guys, I'm going to give you a quick little sneak peek, a reminder of what this space looked like. This was the day after the fire. So you can see the destruction and the mess. This is the basement here, and this is where the majority of the fire flames were, right in this area right here. But check out this space now. Here is a quick little peek of what it looks like with the flooring and the paint done and some of the baseboard. And I know it's not perfect and it's not finished, but it really is coming along, and I really hope that you will stay tuned for what's to come. I'm a little bit behind on my videos, I'm going to be honest, as to where we are right in today's actual timeline. I haven't been able just to dedicate enough time to getting these YouTube videos out, but I'm hoping that now that things have slowed down a little bit, you're going to see them come more frequently. Next time, I'm going to be showing you guys how I did this brick floor here where the wood stove is going to go, and this is going to be a full tutorial. So stay tuned for that. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next time on my YouTube channel.